Corps volunteer, a school teacher, and a criminal defense attorney. He has also written 15 New York Times bestsellers.
Oh, it's in Multnomah County, the biggie, the big one on 10th, because my office, my law office, or where I write, I still write there, even though I'm not practicing. That's in the American Bank building, and it's only like 3 or 4 blocks away. So when I go to the library, that's the one that I go to. And I'm a voracious reader. I read about 1 to 3 books a week, and it depends on how big they are, whether it's 1 or 3. I started that addiction when I was in elementary school. I was reading, I think I started reading novels about 2nd grade. I remember reading the Tolkien trilogy about 10 years before it became popular, and all the Conan the Barbarian books and John Carter Mars and all that stuff. It was mostly not a lot of Shakespeare or poetry in there. It was mostly fantasy, but you know, that's where I go all the time, and I just loved it. I grew up in Levittown, Long Island, which is the first planned community. If you study sociology, it's really famous. And Levitt got the idea of putting the library right in the middle of the community. So we didn't have to go to Hempstead or any of the big towns to, you know, if we wanted books. I read literally everything. I read nonfiction, fiction, murder mysteries, occasional sci-fi. If it's a good book, I read it. So I read East of Eden by Steinbeck, and then I read Drood by Dan Simmons, which is about Dickens, but it's really like a mystery story. And I'm reading an Edgar winner, The Lock Artist, right now by Steve Hamilton, won the Edgar. So I just bounce back and forth. Read Moneyball. So it's just, if it's a good book, I pick it up. I grew up when I was in elementary school with Ellery Queen, and the thing about Ellery Queen and Ross MacDonald, and then the early Harlan Coben and Myron Boletars, they're the only guys that consistently have clues in the book. And if you can figure out the clues, you can figure out who the killer is. And I love the puzzle aspect of the book. So that, and I actually have sitting on my bookshelf a bunch of Ellery Queens that I found in Murder by the Book. They were like, I think 3 of them for $25 or something, because they're really old and raggedy, but they're still great. Rereading them now, the writing is just hideous, but I still love but then you never read Ellery Queen for literary purposes. But he's wonderful setting up clues that are really tough to dope out and then having fair solutions.